all from inside the back bumper of this Prius. And there's a ton more to go. Oh Lord. On today's video, we're going to give this Prius some new spark plugs. So, first thing I did was unclip all of these things, which are a pain in the ass. Be real careful. It's plastic. It likes to break. And I pushed the tab on this guy. If I turn him the right way. There we go. And took him off of this holder here, so we had a little more room to work. So the next thing we're going to do is pull out all the coil packs. And that requires a 10mm socket. So let's do it. Once again, we got the Earthquake XT. Imagine how much I love this thing. Alright, pull the bolts out. And then give these a little twist. And they should pop right out. Ta-da! I always put them in order so they go back in the same spot. Gotta maneuver that. Shut up, phone. Look at that. There we go. That's 2. We'll unplug this sensor up here. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that. Yeah, you can tell this car hasn't really been apart much at all. Number 3. And number 4. So another thing you want to check is make sure these aren't oily. If they're oily, it's valve cover gasket time for sure. But they're all pretty clean. Alright, so the next thing, we're going to get our longer socket here. Ta-da! And we'll try this first. It should be the 5/8 style plug socket. Let's find out if that's right. I think so. Oh yeah, that fits perfect. Alright, we'll be back when we pull these out. Alright. So here's the plugs. Come on. They're okay. Definitely old. You can see the rest of them here. Come on, there you go. Tired. Time for some new ones. Obviously, you take them out with this, and that's how you put them back in. So I'm going to do that, and we'll put the coils back on. So this is the new plug. I went with Denso's, since Denso's the OEM manufacturer for these. These are IK16TT Iridium plugs. The ones that came out of it are slightly different. It's damn near the same thing. FK16R-A8. So you can see here, they're like literally the same thing. So at least it should be. Alright, plugs are back in. I don't know if we can see them out in there. Maybe. There it is, way down there. So, now, put the coils back in. So fun. This is pretty easy. They literally just pop back in their holes. Helps if you aim it the right way. This is the hardest one, number 2. Just gotta get it positioned just the right way and Right on she goes. No big deal. Coil number 3. Move this wire out of the way. Last but not least, coil number 4. All right. That's that. Time to put the bolts in. All right, bolts in. Clip the sensor back in. Start plugging these guys back in. Oh my goodness. I have to do this off camera too, because good Lord, those are hard to push. Oh, good Lord. Okay. There they go. That was a lot of force for that. All right. And then, there we go. Goes back in there. All right, let's double check our work. All the connectors are on. Yep, and they all got clicked on. That was a pain in the ass. This guy's back on. He's back in his spot. All the bolts are in. All right. Now for the important part. Does it start? I hope so. Yep, there's the key. And let me take it off eco mode. Oh, listen to that. Motor sounds good. All right. Well, that's it. That's how easy it is to do a tune-up on a Prius C. Wow, that's running a lot smoother than it was before. Holy crap. Before it kind of chugged a little bit. Not bad, but just a little. But awesome. Prius is ready to work again. And that's it for today. I figure I may as well give you a quick tour of this little car too while we're at it. It's a 2012 Toyota Prius C. The C is the little guy. It was based on the wonderful Toyota Yaris. This guy here. That's for another day though. And shares the same suspension. A lot of the interior dimensions are very similar. The front floor mats are actually the same between this car and a Yaris, a third generation Yaris as well. That's a second gen Yaris there. We used to have a bunch of third gen Yarises. Great cars. So I bought this relatively inexpensively. I'll show you why here in a second. You can see it's got 233,000 miles. It had 230 when I bought it. And man, I'll tell you something. This is a great car. Even with all those mileage, it still drives smooth. The strut mounts are a bit worn, they clunk, but otherwise the engine, trans, hybrid system, everything works perfectly like it's supposed to. I got these Husky liners for it immediately after buying it because they're the best. I mean, even the seat's not really worn that bad for the mileage. So I'm the second owner of this car. The first owner was in Iowa and lived on a gravel road somewhere. So I'll have to see if I can find the random video clips of all the gravel falling out of this thing. You see the gravel is in the taillight assembly. It's really bad. You can see a bunch of it on the back after we washed it a bunch of times. It just not as bad as it used to be. It used to do this and a ton of gravel would fall out. Actually, you can see the stains from gravel here, and here, and here, and there. and there, and all over here, and here, because this wasn't a different spot, and here, and here. You get the point. That was all mostly in the back bumper and the underneath. So, unfortunately, this car did take a beating from 230,000 miles of gravel road garbage. But if you look at the body from up here, it actually looks pretty nice for what it is. The paint is still in reasonable good shape. It's got a couple scratches and nicks, but like I said, the car was relatively cheap. A little clear coat fade on some of the door handles, but I mean, it's whatever. There's some evidence of the old gravel there. It's got a bunch of junk in the back right now. I gotta clean it. I added LED low beams to it, which work really nice with this car. You can see that's the worst damage on the upper body, is on this door. I touched it up with the touch-up pen from Toyota, make it look a little nicer. Air conditioning works great. Has a little bit of damage from hitting something in the road before I got it, so you see the bumper kind of pops out here. This is a common issue on Yaris's of this generation too. I'm just gonna put a little glue stuff in here and push it in, hold it for a bit, and it'll stay. It worked on my old Yaris. I mean, it's in relatively good shape. You can see the LEDs, and it's got projector housings, which is pretty cool. I really like this car. I like these when they came out. I still like it now. Show you a couple of things on the inside that are kind of nice. So, this one isn't the top model. It's called a level 3. If it was a level 4, that'd be even better, because it would have heated seats and heated mirrors. And I checked the wiring. The wiring's there for heated seats, but not for the mirrors, which sucks, because that's more important for winter. So I'll have to figure out how to add that. Being an early Model C, it's got the blue accents here, and over here, there, it's got the chrome rings, chrome door handles, so all the nicer things, except it has the hard plastic here, which sucks. So I'm going to get this out of a yard, out of a 13 or 14, where it's the soft touch shit, just so it's a little nicer. Put LEDs up in here, so it's brighter. So this car, got a bad glare coming in, but this car has the center display, which not all of them did. So it's got a, you know, the early N-Tune, so a completely useless factory navigation system. A couple other things. I don't think it's connected to my phone right now. Of course not. I hate this fucking phone. It's not the car's fault, it's actually the phone's fault, but the built-in navigation does work. It's just pokey and slow. And then you can, oh, I forgot, you can go to the, just your basic energy monitor, or this is your miles per gallon, and all that stuff. So then there's a screen up here, which is controlled by a button on the steering wheel. So it actually has a thing too, where if you like press on these lightly, like that, you can see it shows you what button you're pushing on here. So then this will tell you your consumption, eco savings, and all that stuff. It's a nice car. So that's a quick tour. Thanks for watching.